Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please come and share it. We'll surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards of Football. I'd like to give special thanks and honor to my producer today, the very talented Mr. Jeremiah Long. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. Today, our video is on Lawrence Phillips, running back, college football legend, Nebraska Cornhuskers by way of the NFL LA Rams. So if you like the video today, please comment and share it. We'll surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards of Football. Lawrence Phillips. As I talk about this young man and I talk about his talents, I get really sad. And sometimes when I think about this young man's career, I really almost come to tears because sometimes we have to understand there's certain obstacles in life and certain things that happen in life that we can't control. And the reason I'm doing this video on Lawrence Phillips today is that I know his career didn't, like a lot of people didn't like at the end. He ended up going to jail. We know about that. He ended up dying in jail. We know about the situation in his career at the University of Nebraska. But one thing about this young man, his talent was bar none. One of the best I ever seen play this game of football at any level. And as I said just now, I get very teary-eyed. I'm almost ready to cry today here on 100 Yards of Football because sometimes when you come out of a situation, it's so unfair out here in this world. A lot of people want to judge Lawrence Phillips, say he was uncontrollable at the University of Nebraska. And we know about the situation his junior year when he had that incident when he assaulted a young lady that played on the Nebraska basketball team. But Tom Osborne, the head coach at the time at the University of Nebraska, I got to give you a lot of credit, man, for taking up for this young man and still allowing him to have another chance. But see, when you're a young man and you grow up and you're born into this world and you kind of trapping your life before you get to teenage age, 17, 18 years old, and you're in 20 foster homes. That's something really that handles a young man. See, Lawrence Phillips was in 20 foster homes before he got to high school. But I'm going to talk about his football career. And I'm going to talk about why I think he could have been one of the greatest running backs ever that played this game, and maybe the best ever. Because when we talk about the Walter Paytons of the world, we talk about the Gary Sayers of the world, we talk about the Jim Browns, the Marcus Allens, the Eric Dickersons, the Emmitt Smiths, the Barry Sanders, and the Adrian Petersons. I'm going to tell you, man, when this young man stepped on the University of Nebraska campus up there in Lincoln, Nebraska, man, it was must-see TV. There was no better football player than Lawrence Phillips. And I remember the first game I saw him play in college, 1984 against Michigan State. And Nick Saban, first year of coaching, and Lawrence Phillips put 206 yards on Michigan State. In that sophomore season, he finished with 1,722 yards. And he had 96 yards on 19 carries against Nebraska. And that Nebraska defense that had Warren Sapp, Ray Lewis in the 95 Orange Bowl. And I said, you know what? This guy might be the best I'm ever watching doing this thing at the running back position. Then think about his college career stats. He only played 2.5 seasons, 3,100 yards rushing, 6.1 yards average, 33 touchdowns. He averaged 6 yards at Nebraska. But I'm going to bring up some more moments that I like to talk about Lawrence Phillips. Then I'm going to go to the Fiesta Bowl against the University of Florida, that Florida defense. They had Ed Chester, Johnny Church, Dexter Daniels, James Bass, Antoine Lott, Ben Hanks, Fred Weary, Lawrence Wright. All them played in the National Football League. And he put 168 yards on that team that night. But it was a run in that football game. And I want everybody today that's watching this video Go back and watch that 1996 game against Nebraska in the Fiesta Bowl. Number 1 Florida versus number 2 Nebraska. And look at that 47-yard run he pulled off in that game. Ooh, it was vintage. Did you see how he moved the beat? Did you? He was special. And it's a shame that he didn't make it, man. It's a shame. And you look at that 94-95 Nebraska team. They won back-to-back national championships. Tyrone Williams, Aaron Graham, Grant Wistrom, Kristen Peter, Michael Booker, Amon Green, Mike Mentor, the legend Tommy Frazier. He was the best football player on that team for 2 seasons, pound for pound. Then he goes into the 96 NFL draft. Jonathan Ogden, Keyshawn Johnson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, Terrell Owens, Zach Thomas, Joe Horn. I promise you, and I put my life on it, if Lawrence Phillips had his head right, and God would have took over his life, all those great football players I just mentioned that was in the 1996 NFL draft, that young man you see it on the screen would have been the best player coming out of that draft. It wasn't even close. The skill set of Lawrence Phillips, the size, 6'2", 225 pounds, A+, the speed, a legitimate 4.4, A+, athletic, A+, run through you as a running back, A+, physical, A+, gladiator, A+, balance, A+, yards after contact, A+, the vision as a running back, A+, power runner, can run between the tackles better than any running back that's came through college football. And the final words that I'm going to say today about Lawrence Phillips: unstoppable at the highest level, A+. Dick Vermeil, when he cut Lawrence Phillips when he was the Los Angeles Rams, still said this: this is when you know you're special. Today we had to release Lawrence Phillips, but I want the world to know. You could go back and look at his press conference. The young man, Lawrence Phillips, out of Baldwin Park High School, Los Angeles, California, is still the best running back I ever coached on this level. The young man was special, man. Full of promise. Some people saying he's the best running back ever in the state of California. It's just a shame that his career ended up as it did in his life. But you know what? One thing about 100 yards of football that I've really been blessed to really do a lot of these videos is that I have an opportunity to tell these players' story. And I'm going to give Lawrence Phillips his flowers because he played at a high level when he stepped on that field. And I want to say today to the staff of 100 Yards of Football for allowing me to do a video on Lawrence Phillips. I'd like to give my love and thanks to my producer, Mr. Jeremiah Long, to Mr. Logan Landers. Y'all put my life to a point that I cannot be more blessed today. And to two of the guys that I really got a lot of respect for, my brother in crime, Mr. Ronnie Keebler of Brooklyn, New York, and my other brother in crime, Mark Denham, out of Lufkin, Texas. Thank y'all. Allow me, especially you, Jeremiah, to do a video on this young man today. This guy was a hell of a football player. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. We'll surely appreciate it here on 100 Yards of Football. I've been your host, Vincent Turner. And again, I like to give love and thanks because I wouldn't be able to do this without my man from Knoxville, Tennessee, the very talented Mr. Jeremiah Long. Y'all be blessed here on 100 Yards of Football.